How to use moaning to make sex even better. Because if you're a little loud, the sex gets really hot. Perhaps your favorite Bridgerton scene instantly comes to mind and you know exactly which scene you're talking about. Or maybe you're thinking about the other night when you heard a blissful shriek through the wall by your roommate's side. Whether intentional or not, it is extremely difficult to moan during sex. Even the slightest gasping or involuntary moaning can let your partner and eavesdropping roommate know that things are going well between the sheets. As an added bonus, according to a 2012 study published by the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, saying those ohs and ahs can even improve your sexual experience. However, fully unleashing these fun sounds can be a little scary, especially if you're revisiting how they should be. Surely you want to embrace the noise of sex and enjoy all the benefits of making noise in bed. If you use sex sounds to maximize your sexual communication skills, or if you're a discreet lover and need tips on how to turn up the volume, consider a few sex experts every moan. I had a related question. Why do people moan during sex? It's pretty much like we're all cats in heat, screeching our sexual desires out, explains Kenneth Play, an international sex educator and creator of the Sex Hacker Pro course. On the flip side though, you might be moaning in an attempt to fake it. There are times when people moan during sex to be performative as well, Engel continues. Sometimes we over-exaggerate our noises in an attempt to sate the ego of a partner. What exactly does moaning mean in sexual situations? Audio cues are also an erotic and useful form of sexual communication, said Dr. Jennifer Rittner, founder of Embrace Sexual Wellness and sexologist. For example, if a person groans while saying, I like that, this draws attention to their own experience of pleasure while also providing a cue to their partner green light. Moaning usually means that what your partner is doing makes you feel good, Engel says. Let me know. Moaning is a good indicator that something is working, and silence is a good indicator that something is not. Here's where it gets tricky. Not everyone is used to making unfamiliar sounds, so communication is key. Always talk to your partner to make sure they feel comfortable with what you're doing, whether they are moaning or not. And don't assume you have to wait until sex actually initiates communication. I encourage partners to ask about sexual noises beforehand to help us understand each other better, Littner adds. Your partner will then tell you what to expect, give you a little preview of the symphony of sex and noise, and tell you what words and sounds they typically use to express their pleasure. Increase. How do I use moaning to make sex better? There are many ways to use moaning to enhance sex. You can use this as an indicator to see what your partner likes and dislikes. This allows them to become lovers in no time. Try to develop the ability to recognize when your partner is faking moans and when they are making genuine sounds of joy, suggests Play. This will not only guide you to satisfy her girlfriend, but it will also help your partner open up her feelings and break down walls. Moaning helps you let go of repression and just let the moment pass. It's one of those primitive reactions that happens when you're alive, that in itself will make sex better for you, which will make your partner even more aroused. People want to feel like they're doing a good job in bed. It's very erotic to hear affirmations. Does moaning help you orgasm? Aside from the fact that moaning is a natural response to pleasure for some people, it can actually help you and your partner climax. It is explained like this. Often, when you mute the sound, you choke, and breathing helps with circulation, arousal, and orgasm, she says. Dr. Jess says it's a good idea to assess why. Do you think you deserve joy? Have you taught yourself to tune your sound to your partner's or sociocultural expectations? Do you want to challenge those norms' expectations? Think about the reason behind. How do I become comfortable moaning? Starting to moan is as easy as deciding to do so. If you want to moan, it's not your thing. Moan consciously when something feels good, says Engel. If moaning sounds a little weird, Play has a fun suggestion to make the experience easier. Get on all fours and pretend to be an animal of your choice, moaning and rolling over each other like lions in the savannah. Sure, it sounds a little silly, but it reactivates primal instincts, gets your heart rate up, and acts as fun foreplay to do, but Engel makes it clear that there is no need to whine. I have no problem making other sounds, says Engel. Discuss with your partner when something feels good and when it doesn't. How can I tell if my partner's moans are good or bad? Pay attention to your partner's body language when they moan. Because different types of moans have different meanings, explains Sophia Alexandra, co-founder and co-host of the podcast Private Parts Unknown. Were the moans sharp and startled? This could be pain or discomfort. Are the moans getting higher and closer to each other? They may be closer, says Alexandra. That being said, it's best to directly ask your partner how they feel about deciphering or not being able to decipher their sounds. Keep in mind that different people sound different. It may sound like some kind of bad moan, but that's how this person expresses joy, he notes Engel. Communication is everything. Get used to your partner and their moans. The more you can satisfy your partner. How do I show my partner the difference between my moans? Again, Engel says the key is communication. If you feel something isn't right, don't just say it hurts, she says. Can you take it easy? Or can you take it slow? I like it slow. If you don't ask for it, it may not come out. Alexandra also adds that the first step might be for her to pay attention to herself and her partner moaning. You may think you're clearly expressing joy, but after hearing this, you may find that your moans aren't so clear. The next time you try, translate each other's sounds. Ask yourself what you are doing to see if it makes it easier for you. Does the volume of moans really matter? Moan as loudly or softly as you like, says Engel. If someone is loud and rude, don't have sex with them. There is no right or wrong way to pronounce mk. If you want to increase the volume of your moans, Alexandra suggests leaning on your breath. Essentially, you need to accompany each breath with a little sound until it feels natural to feel it getting louder and louder as your senses increase, she explains. Again, there is no need to groan. If you want noise-canceling headphones, you need a neighbor. What if I don't like moaning or don't feel comfortable moaning during sex? In short, then don't do it. Moaning is not a requirement for good sex, so skip it if you don't feel it, says Taylor Sparks, an adult education educator and founder of Organic Lovin'. And if you're not a fan or offended, it's a little more complicated. In this case, Alexandra suggests playing music, wearing headphones, or considering sensory play with a partner using a gag. Covering someone's mouth during sex can get very hot.